Well, welcome to Northeast Current. My name is Mike Lally, and I'm here today with Lachette and Joelle Witner. They're with the production of Cats at the Phoenix Performing Arts Center. And, well, Lee, tell me a little bit about the show. For people that don't know anything about Cats, can you give us a brief description of what the show's about?
Well, Cats is a Broadway musical. It's one of the longest running ones on Broadway, or was. It's based on the old Possum's book for practical cats written by T.S. Eliot. And Joelle will give you a little synopsis of the story since she's better at that than I am.
All right, great.
Basically, it's a story about the humanity of cats. Andrew Lloyd Webber brings cats to life, and they deal with social situations, outcasts of society, bullying, growing up and being naive, and he brings that to life on stage through dance and music. And they deal with, certain situations that we all deal with in life, but we just all have tails and ears.
So he's doing human social issues, and he's just using cats as the characters
Absolutely.
to do that. Absolutely. Right. And Joelle, I see you're the music director?
That's correct.
And could you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background?
Sure. I founded two community theaters in the Hazleton area starting in 1997, so I probably directed about 120 Broadway-style musicals over the last 10 or 12 years, and I sing in a couple of area groups that perform at fairs and things like that, and I teach voice lessons in the Hazleton area. So I've been with music pretty much since I'm a little girl, and my mom actually probably taught Lee, started
Her
Lee
mom
when she
and
was
her
very
grandmother were my first dance teachers.
Oh, no kidding.
We're cousins.
Absolutely.
All right, so there's the connection.
We've kind of been, it's been in the family.
It's been in the family a long time.
And we finally were able to coordinate our schedules, that we were able to do something together.
Yep.
All right, great. And Lee, why did you choose Cats?
Probably because of the dancing. That's my strongest point. And because of it being a rock opera, all nothing but music and dance, it was probably one of the biggest challenges I ever wanted to take on.
Oh, great.
Choreography.
Great. And how is it working with the kids?
Fantastic. Our youngest in our group is 10 years old, believe it or not, and our oldest is 17. So it's a pretty tough age range to get to do such a challenging show.
Really
and
is.
They are just absolutely doing fantastic with it.
Great.
Amazing.
Great. And I understand you have a small part in the show.
Yes. I'm doing my 1 minute and 20 seconds of fame playing McCavity.
Okay. And Joelle, I understand you perform as well.
Yes, Lee asked me to play Grisabella. She is the washed-up cat who's been around the block. Thanks. Anyway, she strives to achieve the next level of life in cathood, if you will, basically trying to get to heaven in reality.
Except there they call it
right,
the heavy
there they call it the
side
heavy
layer.
side layer. So she gets to have a second chance and have a reincarnated cat life. But through the entire show, she's basically an outcast, and she's shunned by all the other cats. And the famous song "Memory" is sung by my character. So
well, there you go.
I'm excited
I was going to ask you
about
about the songs. I'm not familiar with all the songs in the show.
Our cast is compiled of probably 90% of the kids, and we do have then the 4 adults that are playing the older cat roles. Myself, Joelle being Grisabella. We have another guy, Chaz, who is our Gus, the theater cat, who is old with palsy. And then we have Warren Rosengren, who is playing our old Deuteronomy, who is like the father of all the cats.
Oh, great. And it'll be at the Phoenix Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
You've done a lot of work down there. How about a little background for people that aren't familiar with you on yourself?
We've been running the Phoenix Performing Arts Center for about 5 or 6 years now. And we've done, only in our last 2 years have we really started touching on the musicals. Basically, we're a lot of straight plays. And we call ourselves a co-op because we have a multiple of different theater companies that come in and do work at our theater. So we book them throughout the season. There's about 4 or 5 of us being the home company there.
Great. And what kind of shows you have coming up?
Right after Cats, and 2 weekends later, we have Bracken Theater Company, who is doing Private Eyes. And then a weekend right after that, Little Shiny Things Productions is opening 2-weekend run of Frost Nixon.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
And that closes our season for the year. Then we don't start back up until January then.
Okay, great. Now, Cats is a fairly large production. Maybe you
Yes.
could tell me a little bit about the set, the costumes. Did you make the costumes? That type of
The
thing.
costumes will all be homemade by our, we have 2 costume directors, Barb Maxwell being the main one, who is doing all the cat outfits, and Bev Booz is helping out. They are being made by a unitard. They will have some fur on them, and the leg warmers were being made by one of the cast members' mothers. They will be painted to their cat character. Wigs we have done by one of the parents who have done all those. And the kids themselves are actually doing their own face makeup. They've had diagrams over the summer that we've been having actual makeup rehearsals to teach them how to do their own individual character face.
Each cast member was given the picture of their character from Broadway and
Right.
asked to duplicate it on their face. So all of the characters will look like they did on Broadway.
Yes.
Wow, I bet the kids are having a great time with
They
that
are.
as
They're
well.
fantastic. And their set compiles of the big backdrop with the moon that's going to be all illuminated and lit up, the lamp light. There's spools to sit on that are like spools of thread, ladders to climb up and down on. We actually, our set is very unique. We have 3 ropes that hang from the ceiling that the cats will be swinging on in certain parts of the dance routines. So, and the floor, we completely are covering the floor of the stage and with linoleum and graffitiing all over it to make it look like the junkyard.
Junkyard, yeah.
Oh, great. Sounds like an extensive play.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're having a lot
A
of fun.
lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Sounds like a lot of
Very
work, yeah.
daunting.
Yes.
Well, I got to get down to see
There'll
it.
there'll also be some parts where we have a black lighting effect too, that in certain parts it'll get creepy and it'll be nothing but black lights, so anything white on all the cats will illuminate on stage.
Oh.
We also have Mr. Mistopheles who will be shooting balls of fire from a little device, handheld device.
You'll
Oh,
definitely
okay.
be
And a light up
transported.
jacket and, yeah,
Right.
I mean, we've
Okay.
gone all out on effects.
All right, well, I hope you have a lot of fire extinguishers here.
Yeah, we'll have them around, believe me.
Okay.
The stage crew will be in hand.
There you go.